believe next is Adam Naids, who will discuss EVA tools. Go ahead, Adam, when you are ready.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, awesome. I think this is my third time presenting here at one of these things, so glad to be back. Uh, I don't have a ton to update you all on, but there's a few things, so let's go to the next slide. Yep, I'm going to update you. Next slide. All right, so I've been showing this slide for a while. This is kind of just the landing page of all the hardware that we've been working on over the last, been about 2.5 years now. So we've made quite a bit of progress on a couple dozen tools. Next slide. Major updates since the last time I talked with you. So this has been a year where we have done a lot of testing. We've done unsuited testing, but also suited testing. And so that's been very useful in helping to give us confidence that the tools that we're building are useful and are going to work on the surface of the moon. And so we've also been helping to work with the community and develop the concept of operations for how we do these early and future sustained Artemis missions. We worked with the carry team, which was mentioned earlier. Now it's the internal Artemis science team. So we've been a big contributor, I guess, to asking some questions. And we appreciate that team's help in getting those answered for us. We've been working on how to manage all the tools on the surface of the moon. That's been a fun challenge. And so that's one of the big things we worked this fiscal year. And we're building some prototypes that can be used in field testing. And then continuing to help the community work on supplemental lighting and how to just do operations in these weirdly in the weird environment of the South Pole of the moon. Next slide. Some pictures. I think I may have showed this one last year. We really don't have many new updates. I think I added the picture on the right, which shows an early concept of what your sample return pack is. So kind of moving away from the big metal containers and trying to get you all more samples back with a soft goods bag. Next slide. Here's just some pictures of some suited testing that we've done. So we started in the lab. We're looking at how we connect tools to the suit, carry them on the suit, and just like, can our tools be used with people that are different shapes and sizes? And so we've worked on with a lot of different subjects and have learned a lot there. Next slide. We also got to take our tools out to Iceland for a deployment and got to use them in that unique environment. Next slide. We did some drive tube ops. So I may have mentioned this before, but our drive tube is basically the same drive tube as the Apollo design. And so we brought that out to Iceland and tried to hit it into some ice-filled regolith with some success there. So that was pretty cool. Next slide. And this is the last chart here. So kind of some news if people aren't aware that the tools that we've been working on are actually part of what NASA calls the EVAS contract. And so that's being put out for bids where NASA will procure that service from different vendors. And so our team will no longer be working on developing the flight hardware. So this is whatever vendor gets selected, we'll do that. But we'll be there to support them. And we'll be kind of summarizing all the work that we've been doing to kind of make the case that probably a lot of the tools that we've worked on could probably fly or very close to being able to fly. So that'll be an interesting transition for sure. But we're going to support the team as best as we can. So with that, I think I'm out of time, and thanks for having me.
Great. Thanks, Adam.